gas bill, £38.05, divided by 2 is 19.025 pence each, except that on the 19th of September, Murray had the gas fire on all afternoon while Marcia and I went out shopping. Say 4 hours at 35.20 pence a therm. That's £3 million. I think I've done something wrong. Oh, yes, I see. You've added in the date. That's what comes of buying cheap calculators.
Telephone bill, £43.55.5. 111. 'Twas on the good ship Venus, my word, you should have seen us. The figurehead was a...
Murray! Who's there?
It's Murray.
Can't you find your key?
Yes.
Then why did you ring?
I can't find the lock.
You're drunk.
I'll have you know I'm as sober as a nip.
Oh, really?
Paul, let me in.
You are in. Shh. The girls are asleep. You need a black coffee. Now sit down. No, on a chair.
I did it my way.
Do you mind? You're doing it your way all over my household accounts. It's not right, you know. You're going off drinking with the boys, leaving Diana at home. Anyone would think you were married.
Oh, she wouldn't fit in. I mean, all those dirty rugby songs.
Really?
I have asked her not to sing them.
Anyway, where have you been until this hour?
I'm sorry, darling. I was working late at the office.
The pub shut more than an hour ago.
Ah, yes. Well, you know the new barmaid?
You mean the redhead with the green eyes and the long legs and the 36-inch bust?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't say I've noticed her.
Well, I walked her home just to see that she got there safely. She said I was a real gentleman.
And then?
She found out I wasn't.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I was hoping to be, but she turned me down.
Murray, just because you're not married doesn't mean you're a bachelor.
Yes, it does.
Yes, well, you know what I mean.
Oh, come on. There's no harm in a bit of slap and tickle.
Well, that depends on what you slap and what you tickle. It would serve you right if I told Diana. I won't, of course, because I can't stand the sight of blood. But it's about time you woke up to your responsibilities, Murray. Murray? Murray!
Oh, no, not tonight, Diana.
Go to bed.
Right. Yeah. Good night.
Good night. That's the kitchen. Your bedroom is that way. Right. Gas bill. Back door locked. Gas fire off. TV set unplugged. Right. Lock front door.
What? Who's that?
It's only me, darling. Go back to sleep.
Oh. Good night, Paul.
Good night, Marcia.
Paul,
Yes, Marcia?
if you're over there, then who's in bed with me? I'm sure it was an accident, Paul. And nothing happened?
How do you know? You're a very heavy sleeper.
Not that heavy.
Oh, no? What about last Monday night?
What happened last Monday night?
There you are, you see. I only hope Diana is giving him hell. She must be very upset.
Morning. Lovely day.
Breakfast looks good.
Murray, I think an apology is called for.
Hey? Oh, yeah. Sorry about the cold feet.
Eggs and bacon, all right, love?
Love? After what he did last night?
Well, he didn't mean to. He just lost his bearings. Fried bread.
You haven't even got a hangover. There's no justice.
Oh, I don't get hangovers. Not unless I've been drinking heavily. Look, have I done something to upset you?
Ha!
It's getting into bed with your wife, isn't it? Yeah, I can see that would upset some husbands.
Oh, that's very understanding of you. Excuse me.
Whoops. Still, could have been worse, mate. I could have still been there when you got in. Who knows what would have happened?
You think it's all a big joke, don't you?
Oh, he has apologised.
No, he has not.
No. Well, he never does.
Look, can't you see the funny side?
Funny side. Hadn't you had enough for one evening seeing that red-headed barmaid home? Oops. Sorry.
What red-headed barmaid?
Thanks a lot, mate.
No, you just slipped out.
Murray McCoy?
Did I say redhead? Well, more silver, really. I mean, she was getting on a bit. She must have been at least 70.
I've seen her, remember?
Carries her age very well, doesn't she?
Well, you can just make your own rotten breakfast. I'll talk to you later.
You did that deliberately.
Can't you see the funny side?
No, you are right, Paul. It is a serious matter. Me getting into bed with Marcia.
Precisely.
But don't worry, I'm fairly certain nothing happened.
What do you mean you're fairly certain?
Well, how do I know? I don't remember a thing.
What?
So, you don't remember anything?
Of course I do. I was just paying him back for dropping me in it.
And you didn't,
Certainly not.
That makes twice in one evening. It wasn't your lucky day. Sorry. You did behave well. Not pushing it when I said no.
Oh, I can tell when a girl means it.
Oh, no, you can't.
What? And a packet of cheese and onion crisps, please.
After a pension book, are you?
I was just, talking to myself.
That's a sign of brain damage.
I haven't got brain damage.
The day is young.
Look, Diana, I never touched her, I swear, on the day of the jackal.
What?
It's the only book I could get from the library.
You never touched who?
How far back are we going?
You and Marcia, you told me nothing happened. Now Paul says you don't remember anything about it.
Oh, that. I was lying.
You admit it.
No, to him, not to you. Of course nothing happened, but it will serve him right to worry for a while. I mean, he can be a bit of a pain in the afternoon, Paul.
I heard that.
Take a joke, honey.
A joke? You deliberately let me think that you and Marcia might have...
Paul, you didn't, did you?
Leave this to me, please, Marcia. It doesn't concern you.
Look, on the funny side... No, don't do that.
Well, that is the last straw. We're leaving.
Oh, we've only just come.
Not the pub, the house. This sharing business hasn't worked. Murray and I are simply too... What's the word?
Pig-headed?
Incompatible. We'll sell our half of the house and buy a small flat on our own.
We will.
Oh, Murray, do something.
Yeah, right. Bottle of champagne, please. We're celebrating.
Think of it, darling, our own flat. We'll be alone together for the first time.
Why, Paul, I didn't know you cared.
Thought it was Marcia.
A likely story. We use completely different perfumes. So you're still going through with it, then?
Yes, I've got an estate agent coming round to give me a valuation. I don't suppose you'd care to make me an offer?
Do you want a beer?
I meant for our half of the house.
I know that. We can't afford it. Do you want a beer?
Oh, thank you.
Wise choice. There's none left. You'll have to advertise. 2 ravishing chorus girls wanted to share a house, something like that.
I'm not putting anything about sex.
Good thinking. I'll tell him about that later.
I will sell to anyone who'll buy, male, female, or undecided.
But we'll have to share with them, me and Diana. We've got to agree they're suitable.
Murray, it's going to be hard enough selling half a house without you having a veto.
I'm not asking for a veto. I just want to say yes or no.
If they've got the money and they are willing to buy, they're suitable.
Ah, Manners. But I haven't done anything. Hello, Manners, the estate agent. You said you want your house on the market? Yes. Do come in. Well, this is the hall. But then you probably realise that, being an estate agent. Yes. Shall we start upstairs?
I'm afraid Paul's made his mind up. Must be the first time. I usually have to do it for him.
The four of us were getting on so well. Apart from Paul and Murray.
Oh, I shall miss this house, you know. It's absolutely unique.
Yes. Still, I'm sure you'll find another one just like it.
Oh, we can't afford a house. We're going to look at some flats tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we can't really afford them either, but we can't afford them less than we can't afford a house.
If only Murray would apologise.
For what?
For being Murray.
Yeah, this is interesting. Young professional couple wish to purchase sharing house with similar couple.
Sounds ideal.
Not sure we'd be all that similar. It's in Gay News.
Oh, you fibber.
No, seriously, we'll have to find someone ourselves.
Why?
Well, so we don't get lumbered. Paul would be quite happy to sell it to two mass murderers with BO.
You're exaggerating.
I've told you a million times I never exaggerate. Now, what we really want is someone like us.
Yeah, we'd be fine. But I don't suppose we can share with ourselves, can we?
But we just have to advertise. How do you spell cohabit?
Delightful house. I'm sure we'll have no problem selling it.
Well, you might have a bit. You see, I'm only selling half of it.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
He owns the other half.
Ah, which part of the house is yours, sir? Upstairs or downstairs?
Both.
Doesn't leave you a lot left to sell.
No, we share the whole place, apart from our bedrooms.
There is another excellent estate agent down the street.
You think this might be a problem?
Well, we do have ways of putting things in a good light. I mean, if a house is falling down, for instance.
I know. Affords splendid opportunities for modernisation.
No, that's when it has fallen down. I can't think of any phrase that would cover sharing with a complete stranger. Your only hope is to reduce the price.
But I haven't told you what price I was thinking of.
It doesn't matter. Reduce it. If I might suggest a sum...
But that's less than I paid for it.
Hope you told him about my breakdancing classes.
Sorry?
I hold him in here twice a week. And then there's the all-night reggae parties.
Why are you doing this, Murray?
I mean, if you do send people along to view, I feel it only fair to warn them about that.
No, he's just joking. Murray is a delightful person to share with.
Oh, and then there's the group therapy sessions. I mean, we don't get many really violent cases, but it can get a bit lively.
And he has such perfect manners, Mr. Manners, and considerate behaviour. We've never had the slightest disagreement.
If I might suggest a more realistic sum...
Oh.
Yes?
Oh, good morning. Is this the desirable compact executive apartment in much sought after Kilburn?
Yeah. Come in.
You must be Mrs. Tibbs.
This is it.
My word, it's very... Yes.
Have a good look round. I'm just boiling some kettles for a bath.
Paul.
No, don't be hasty, Marcia. With a lick of paint and cleaned windows, this could be a real... slum.
Oh, surely we can afford better than this.
Not if that estate agent is right. Still, this room may be better. On the other hand, it may be worse.
Would you like to see the kitchen? One at a time, dear. It's not very large.
It's an unusual place. Why are you selling?
It's my husband. He'll be working abroad for the next 5 years.
5 years?
With time off for good behaviour. Well, what do you think?
It's very, compact, and it has, lots of atmosphere.
Yes, I was wondering about that smell. Are you sure you don't have dry rot?
Oh, no, it's much too damp for that. And it is well ventilated.
Yes, I noticed the broken window.
With my husband not being here, I am open to offers.
Pardon? Oh, yes, I see. Yes. Well, we do have other flats to look at, don't we, darling?
We do?
Yes, we do.
Oh, we do?
Not that this isn't very nice, but... I'm sorry. We'll let you know.
Yeah, all right.
Mr. and Mrs. Crabtree. Don't fancy sharing with them.
Not with 7 children, no. I thought that other young man looked promising.
Not likely. Hadn't been here 5 minutes before he made a pass.
He didn't.
How would you know? You weren't in the room. No, the best we saw were those old age pensioners. And he couldn't make it up the stairs in his wheelchair.
Yeah, well, if you'd apologised to Paul, they might agree to stay.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that's the sort of thing.
I am not apologising. If I did that, I'd have to do it every time I behaved badly.
Hello.
Mr. and Mrs. Havelock.
Oh, come in. This way. Through here. Mr. and Mrs. Havelock.
Oh, please. Bill and Sonia. You
Hi.
rang earlier.
Murray and Diana, do sit down.
Lovely house. You said the other people are moving. I can't think why.
Well, it all started when Murray climbed into bed.
No, they don't want to hear about all that. So you're looking for a place?
Yes. Where we are now, our landlord doesn't like us holding our prayer meetings in the front room.
Prayer meetings?
And Bible study. We're exclusive witnesses.
You what?
It's a sect.
Oh, I don't know a lot about sects.
We believe we were put on this earth to proselytise.
Oh, well, I'm not against it, you know, in moderation.
Well, if you're interested, we do have some leaflets. The evils of alcohol.
Oh, yeah?
The evils of smoking.
Oh, fascinating.
Are you born again?
No, just the once.
We are all sinners.
Yeah, well, I've had my moments. I'm afraid we don't actually go to church.
But we once bought a Cliff Richard record.
What a horrible flat.
Which one?
The best one we looked at. Why did you put nice against that flat in Hammersmith?
Well, no, that's NICE, not interested cockroaches everywhere. How many have we looked at now?
17 and a half.
Uh-huh.
The one they were demolishing. Paul,
Yes?
if you just overlooked Murray's behaviour, we wouldn't have to move.
Marcia, I have bent over backwards, but now I've put my foot down, I cannot do a U-turn.
Yes, I admit it sounds painful, but...
I demanded an apology, and he hasn't given me one.
Well, yes, he has. Sort of. In his own way.
Up yours is not an apology.
Oh, yeah, thanks. The evils of fornication. Yeah, that sounds like a good read.
Sonia gets a little carried away. You mustn't press him, dear. There'll be plenty of time for that if we move in. God bless you.
But I haven't sneezed.
Goodbye.
Don't call us, we'll call you.
Well, what do you think?
I don't think they'd approve of my lifestyle. The evils of swearing, the evils of alcohol. Bloody hell, I need a drink.
I don't think we'd get on neither. Her shoes clashed with mine. In fact, I think the whole idea is crazy. Sharing the house with complete strangers.
Well, they don't come much stranger than Paul.
Yeah, well, better the devil we know. Look, you've got to persuade him to stay. Pretend I'm Paul. What do you say?
Hello, Paul. How long have you been wearing lipstick?
Oh, that's them. Apologise. If necessary, grovel.
We're back.
I'm sorry. How's that?
Oh, do it properly now. Let's leave them to it.
To what?
I've no idea.
Paul, I've got something to say, and it isn't easy finding the right words. Do you want a drink?
No, thank you. Why was that difficult?
No, what I'm saying is, pulling your leg about me and Marcia, it was wrong of me. And I'm sorry.
If I didn't know you'd better, I'd think this was an apology.
It is! You've got cloth ears! Sorry.
See, once you started, it's quite easy. So, you admit it was very, very wrong of you?
Yes.
Say it.
It was very, very wrong of me. Now, will you stay?
Well, there are one or two other offences to be taken into consideration. For instance, who put that pornographic video in our cover of The Sound of Music?
That was an accident! I mixed them up!
We lent it to the vicar's wife. I can still see her face when she returned it.
Yes. Several days later. Yeah, all right, I apologise for that. Now, will you stay?
Well, you'd have to promise to behave better in the future.
I promise. Dib, 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 dob, dob, dob.
Well, I still don't know. I was looking forward to some privacy.
Please, Paul.
Well, I'll have to think about it.
Well, have you told him yet?
Tell me what?
That we've decided to stay. You said you were going to tell him.
More comedy on the way next here on Forces TV.